Well, hi, it's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you've come by. In today's video, this is just going to be a quiet at-home video today. I'm coming to you on the eve of my surgery. One of the things I do want to talk about in this video is stress and ways to kind of combat stress if you are feeling it build up within you. Definitely something that I feel like I've been experiencing for a variety of reasons over the past couple of months, and it really just peaked for me over the weekend. And I just had to take a whole bunch of things off of my list. Do, delegate, and delete. I deleted a lot of things that I really wanted to get done before surgery. I have delegated by my wonderful, lovely family. I was supposed to get out today, do all this grocery shopping, do all this prep for surgery, and I have not left the house. My wonderful family, they are out handling all of that, and I have been at home now for 3 days, and it was one of the best decisions I made. It was something that I really needed to do, and really the stress began back in November when I was trying to prepare for the surgery originally, but I had this ear infection, so of course we had to postpone. Well, we postponed it to December 10th. That was the last surgical date that the surgeon had for the year. And of course, as you know, with insurances, and I had already had trigger finger surgery. I had to have 3 of my fingers released on each hand at the beginning of, one at the beginning of 2024, one in June of 2024. All of the deductibles were met. It's the perfect time. I was really, really hoping to have that surgery in December, but I was obliged to get that virus that my son had. It had to be rescheduled until January. And yep, the deductible, what I had to pay for the surgery center was significantly higher than what it would have been in December, but it is what it is. All of this was just building stress. Plus, I had just started a YouTube channel, which, although exciting, brings its own element of stress. And when I started my channel, I ended up launching into this 30-day video challenge, which to a degree was exciting and also stressful at the same time, because I did not know what on earth I was doing. And honestly, these last few months of being here on YouTube have been just trying to figure out who I am here on YouTube and learning how to improve and to give quality, to make better videos, all those things. It's exciting and stressful all at the same time. Then add to that, I was going to have the surgery, not having the surgery, having it, not having it, plus being unwell. Come January, surgery date is set for January 23rd. My daughter comes home and she brings home a viral plague, and I never get sick. Usually all my other family members will get sick. We'll joke about it in the family that I'm usually the one who never gets sick. Well, that was not the case this season. Everybody in my family also got what my daughter brought home. I did get it less severe than everybody else in my family, but I still got it proper enough. My ear ended up clogging, and this was the ear that I had the infection in originally in November. My sinuses were just, it was bad. I was living on every kind of decongestant you can imagine. And I don't know about you, but when I take those medications, I don't know, they make me feel a little off. I don't feel as good when I'm on them, but they're also necessary. So one can have a hope of breathing. But yeah, and then now I was stressed again. Like, are you kidding me? Am I going to have to cancel my surgery again? And I ended up making a video on Saturday. So it was Saturday the 17th of January. I made this video because I wanted to do a check-in and then have it scheduled after my surgery to be like, because I've been talking about this now for like 2 months on my channel. And people are probably like, when's that surgery again? Like, are you sure you're going to be having this thing? So I wanted to make this video, give an update, and basically say, I ended up getting really sick again. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to make it to surgery. But if you see this video, I made it. And I did that. And, you know, I really wasn't feeling great that day either. But I'm like, I got to make this video. And we were also celebrating my daughter because on her birthday, everybody got really sick and we had to postpone celebration. Well, we were able to celebrate this weekend. People were feeling well enough. So we had a wonderful time. We celebrated here at the house one day, had a great time. Then we went out. And it's just been a lot. And I was also completely stressing out over the fact, would I be ready or not for this surgery on Thursday? This was just over the weekend because my ear was completely plugged. So I started looking up ways to like unplug the ear and like to massage, you know, to get the eustachian tube to drain and doing all these things, pulling, breathing, swallowing, you know. Well, thankfully on Monday morning, my ears were clear, but I was still sinusy, and I had my pre-op appointment on Monday. Well, I was supposed to have this pre-op appointment last week, but I was so sick, there was no point in coming in. So everything was hinging on this appointment, and I was so stressed out that the PA was going to, even though I had finally cleared, I was so stressed out that she was going to look at my ear and say, boy, you look raw and red in there. Maybe we shouldn't do anything with you at all. Just postpone again. But she listened to my lungs, you know, looked all in the places, and I was a go ahead. But that particular day, I actually did a little video clip for a vlog. I was going to go out and vlog that day. I had all of this aggressive agenda to do on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before my surgery on Thursday. Well, Sunday night before this pre-op appointment, I ended up waking up at midnight, and I could not, I went to bed like around 10. I took my nighttime, you know, cold medicine, woke up at 12, and I could not fall asleep until just before the alarm. When the alarm went off, I was in that stage of sleep that it was a struggle to function. Do you know, have you ever had that? And I got coffee. I, you know, started doing my morning routine because I had to prep for this appointment, and I could not shake this deep level of fatigue. I was so tired. My body felt heavy. But, you know, pushed past the morning routine, got there to the appointment, got the go-ahead, which was wonderful news. But honestly, I was so exhausted, I could not even enjoy the positive news. And I went downstairs. So the surgeon's office is at a local hospital here. Also, the surgery center where I'll have my procedure is also in the same building. So I needed to do all the patient forms. I needed to go in, see what the damage was going to be with my new copay. I thought that I would do a little introduction video clip to the vlog that I was planning to record that day. And I was so tired. There was part of my brain that was saying to me, you need to go home and go to bed. Like, you are exhausted. You need to delete this off of your schedule. You need to go home. But there was also this part of me that was like, you know, push ahead, you can do it, you can do it. So after a lot of personal hemming and hawing in my mind, I finally decided, you know what, I just need to go home and go to bed. And I finished up everything I needed to do there at the surgery center, went home, and it has been so cloudy and rainy here. But on that particular day, on Monday, the sky was clearing up. It was looking absolutely beautiful out. And I was like, oh, this is the perfect day to vlog outside, go look for ravens, go enjoy beautiful Alaska. because I have a cell phone, so nice sunny weather is best, but it's been so dark and so cloudy lately. But I was like, no, you will go directly home. You will not pass go. You will not collect $200. You will go directly to bed. And, you know, it was the best thing that I did. I came home, got into my pajamas, dove into bed, and I dozed for a while. I got up and I just plopped in my chair the entire night and just like kind of de-stressed a little bit. I ended up completely clearing my schedule on Tuesday. I had all these errands, all these pre-surgery things I wanted to do. I completely cleared the schedule and I was like, I just need to be home. And I did end up recording a couple of videos here at the house. I recorded a video for my YouTube, my How I'm Starting a YouTube channel in Midlife on avoiding exhaustion, because I was experiencing so much exhaustion. And basically what I had realized that morning was, because I was, you know, as a new YouTube content creator, it's really easy to stress out a little bit over your channel and hope that you are successfully building it. And there's a lot of, the learning curve is steep. There's a lot of unknowns. I certainly have embarked on this journey with no prior skill whatsoever, and learning to put up good content and trying to figure out what that is exactly has been, it's been wonderful, but also very challenging and demanding. A lot of mental brain work, basically, certainly, as well as the physical aspect of doing things, plus my normal life. And I realized on Tuesday morning when I had decided to completely clear my schedule, and I was like, you need to not go anywhere at all. And I knew that my body and my mind needed that. But I also had this thought that you always hear people say that YouTube is a marathon. And yes, I agree with that. I want my channel to be here long term. That's the goal. That is a marathon. But I had this revelation that I had been treating my YouTube channel like a sprint. And that's how I started my channel, because of a coaching program I was part of. I took on a 30-day, 30 video challenge. So I started my channel with a sprint. And I have been sprinting with it, if you will, just in my mind, and trying to learn how to create content for 4 months straight, trying to figure it out. And that paired with the stress of being ill, then also the stress of postponed surgeries, it just reached that pinnacle for me on that Monday. So Tuesday I cleared my schedule, and I was really relaxed here at home. I ended up feeling inspired and recorded a couple of videos, it was really easy. It actually came to me really easy, which sometimes I feel like sit-down videos do not. But it came to me really easy, and I made sure that I was in my pajamas. I feel like I just took a sip. I feel like I have some water in my mouth. But I was in my pajamas. I ordered food off of DoorDash, and I was in my chair by 5 p.m. And I actually had a wonderful sleep last night, probably the best sleep I've had. I've been able now to wean myself off of all of this cold medicine and decongestant, which also has really helped. And I slept a lot better last night. And also today I was going to be like, oh, I've got to do all this, and this. And I ended up completely clearing my schedule. I mean, for the most part, as far as out of house things, like I had to get my budget and bills all organized for the next several weeks. And I spent a lot of time with my chinchillas. I spent like 2.5 hours, set up their little enclosure, and I sat in there and I did all my bills, and I sat with them for a couple of hours. So I had really great time with them before I'll be kind of out of it, and my son will be handling those responsibilities. And I worked out, I ate, I caught up on some YouTube things, and worked out, showered, got ready. I'm completely in my pajamas down below. Up top, cute top, tattoos out. Down below, it's Christmas pajamas. And it's fantastic. I love it. So that has been the day. And you know, I feel so much better. Sometimes you just have to you have to delegate, you have to delete. And sometimes you need to just push the pause button and, you know, take those items off of your list. And then also make sure you get some rest, like protect that time. And because I was thinking on on that Monday, that pre-op day, I was so stressed out. My body, like I couldn't even explain it. Like my body just felt so heavy. I was so tired. And I thought, I don't want to be exhausted like this going into anesthesia. Like this is not good. I mean, I'm going to be under general. I'm going to be intubated. You know, not a local anesthetic. Like I am going to be under. I need to decompress and listen to my body and relax. And I feel fantastic. I feel completely relaxed and calm, that I can have this time here and really enjoy it. I look forward to unboxing a couple of those items. Maybe I'll just kind of hang out here and do it. So yeah, the importance of listening to your body, and your mind will let you know, and your body will let you know when you need to push pause, and you will be a better you and more refreshed. I'm really glad that I did that. You know, do things, delegate things, delete things. Right now in my home, my Christmas tree, now normally in here where I live in Anchorage, Alaska, you know, we keep our Christmas stuff up easily till mid-January because it's so dark and it's, you know, there's just not a lot of sunlight. The sun's so low in the horizon. It's usually cloudy, and it's been really cloudy. Like all of the Christmas lights just bring joy and sparkle and brightness during these dark months. Well, I really needed to take down my tree because I won't be able to I won't be able to wear glasses. I won't be able to wear a mask, and my tree has flocking. I was going to take down all my Christmas decorations before surgery. I've still got my daughter's decorations up. Now, to be fair, we usually will keep them up for a week or two to celebrate the birthday person, because we'll do different things over days to celebrate a birthday person. I was going to film those videos and, you know, do like some of the ASMR takedown of decorations. Never got to it. Do delegate, delete. I'm doing the things that I was able to do. I have completely deleted some of these tasks, and I'm just going to be okay with it. I've already told myself, because I will be pretty much living out in my living room on a mattress with it inclined, so I can either be on a mattress or in my chair, because for a week I will have a cast on, and also splints inside the nose, because it'll like lift the nose, and you know, he's going to do like all this work on my nose, so it'll be casted for a week. I will not get any air at all through my nose. It will be completely stopped up. So I'm going to have a spray bottle. It makes it really, really difficult to sleep because the mouth gets so dry because you can only mouth breathe. And it's like your airflow is limited because you're also not taking in air through your nose. It's going to be a rough week. So this will also be the third nose surgery I have had, second cosmetic. The very first nose surgery I had it right before I got pregnant with my son, who is 21 years old. I had a sledding accident. I was born and raised in Vermont. We call it sliding. We don't call it sledding. I was out sliding. I was 9 years old. I was out with my stepsister. We were going down a really icy hill, and we crashed into a tree. I was staying with my dad for the weekend, so she and I were out at this school that had a massive hill. Well, we were careening down the hill and hit a tree dead on as kids. I was in the back. She was in the front. I woke up. I have the memory clear as day. When I woke up, I was completely toppled over, and there was this guy's face that was like right here, And he's like, oh, she's okay. She's okay. I was knocked unconscious. And they were like, oh, okay, she's okay. Well, I broke my nose during that accident. I chipped a tooth and I chipped my clavicle. And my nose was broken all throughout my young life. And until 21 years ago when I had this, it wasn't necessarily obvious outwardly, and I still think I must have been bruised, like I must have been swollen, like my nose broke. And how my dad didn't notice, I don't know, or even my mom or anybody later on, or doctors, like that my nose was broken. And I would always get sinus infections all the time whenever I would get sick, because this side was completely blocked. My septum was so deviated that this side was blocked. So 21 years ago, I had that correction where my septum was corrected so I could breathe. So it wasn't a cosmetic surgery, but I still had to have the cast, and it was a horrible recovery. I mean, it was fine. Like, I recovered fine, but I had to sleep in a chair and like spray bottle my mouth like every hour or so, because it's like the tongue will crack. I mean, it's rough. It's really rough. Well, then fast forward to about a year and a half ago, I had to get turbinates because I have a lot of allergies and I take a steroid spray. It could cause these structures in your nose that are called turbinates, and they create moisture in your nose and allow the air to flow through. Well, for people who have a lot of allergies, they can get too big and they can cause breathing problems, snoring problems. So that's what I was experiencing. So I went and saw a facial ocular surgeon who also did a lower blepharoplasty. I used to have more prominent eye bags, and particularly on my, I'm 53 years old, so I have like the eyes of a 53-year-old woman. Like, you could see I have like the tear troughs and in things of that nature. Like, I'm 53, but I used to have like heavier bags, and I went and had a lower blepharoplasty by the surgeon, and it really was one of the best things I ever did. I have kind of a longer face, and I felt that they were really making me look drawn out, not cute. That was one of the best surgeries I did. He did a beautiful job. I should have requested a rhinoplasty specifically. He only did a septoplasty and tipplasty. Because I felt that I have got a converging, there are two worlds of strong noses in my family that have converged on my face. The main shape of my nose is my father's side, the Chiquin side of my family. And then the other side is my mom's side of the family. So like this part right here is my mom's side of the family, like the nostrils, like the tip part. So I've got the best of both worlds, if you will, on my face. And anyway, I've always wanted to do something about it. So we did the septoplasty, tipplasty, but my tip ended up falling a little bit. So I'm going in for revision. I really wanted my hump. I have a very distinct hump on my nose, and I really wanted that shaved down. Like, I'm not looking for a ski jump, and of course the surgeon doesn't do that anyway, but I wanted that down. So we are going to be working on that this time around. So I had that surgery done, the original here, about a year and a half ago. Now I'm going in for revision for the cosmetic side. So I am just hoping and praying that she's going to come out looking a little more refined. That's what I would like. I thought that I would undo. I hope this lighting is okay here. I'm just propped up on my top stair right now. I'm going to open up my intent. So it says our mission is to be the catalyst for meaningful conversations and positive action. myintent.org. And of course you're facing me, so it's backwards, but it's myintent.org. And I ordered 2 bracelets. My word of the year is abundance. So let's see which one this one is. Yes. Your word of the year. Now it is going to be backwards for you. Abundance. So let's try it on. Okay. Oops. Abundance. That's cool. My scripture for the year is actually an entire chapter in the Bible. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, which is known as the love chapter. Focus and a reminder that my motivation is and should be out of love, out of charity. It doesn't matter how many things I do in this earth. You know, I sacrifice myself for this or that or do this or that. My main motivation has to be out of love, and I really am enjoying that. So my intention for the year is hold on. And I don't think I would ever wear these back to back like this. Maybe I would switch them out each day. But hold on is my intention. Abundance. Abundance is my word of the year. And then hold on. And I wouldn't wear them. I don't think I would ever wear them back to back. You know, maybe pick one a day, but then hold on to the things that are important to me. And what do I need to do to hold on to those things? How do I hold on to my walk with Christ? Hold on to a wonderful marriage? Hold on to the individual relationships with my children? Hold on to friendships? How do I hold on to the things that I value or are important in my life? What are the actions? What are the standards? What are the boundaries that I need to implement so that I can hang on to these things that are important? Because anything in life is worth diving into, and you have to be an active participant in keeping something strong. Now, I have got my book from Mel Robbins, which I am really excited about. So let's see, let's break into this. Ooh, it is wrapped really, really well. I pre-ordered this. So because I was part of her coaching program, the students and I were able to pre-order ahead of time. So I did that. Oh, I was just watching it. I'm about to run out of time. I was just watching this wonderful podcast interview with, I'll link it down below. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. She was in, I think, on The Big Bang Theory. Malik. I don't really watch her very often, but I saw that this interview came out with Mel Robbins, so I started listening to it. Mel Robbins said the most amazing thing. I've been thinking about it ever since I was listening to this podcast when I was working out today. They ended up getting on a spiritual conversation talking about God. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus Christ. I've known God now and been a Christian since I was 21 years old. But some people can be very spiritually aware. And I think intuitively, we know that there's something more than us, don't we? We know that because there is death and life happening all around us all the time. Life and death, life and death. We are just passing through our time here on earth. And our time here on earth is really quite short. Instinctually and intuitively, we know that there's something more. And a lot of people believe a lot of different things. I think some people know that there is a God, but they don't really know him. That was always me. I was not raised religiously at all, but I believed in God. I knew that there was a God. I just didn't know him. And I'll have to share my testimony because there was one night where my husband and I were lying in bed. We were having a spiritual conversation, and I said, we were talking about God and who's God and who made the world, and where do you go when you die, and all those kind of things. And this particular night, I just rolled over and prayed, and I said, God, I don't know who you are. Send somebody to me to explain you to me, because I don't know who you are. And he did, and it's really quite a story. But Mel Robbins today, and look, no, it's backwards. I am so sorry. I'll have to flip you around after and show you these things up close. Yay! I cannot wait to go through this book. I will be on the moon for a week because of my surgery, but I look forward to poring over this book. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But anyway, back to the spiritual conversation. So Mel Robbins and the podcast host were talking about spiritual things. And Mel Robbins said something I thought was so intriguing, because the host asked her, well, where do you think you go when you die? Or what do you believe is the afterlife? Or something to that nature. And Mel Robbins said she didn't really quite know, but she knew there was something. And she said, I think that there's something, I just don't know exactly what it is, which was a really wonderful, honest answer. Then she made the statement. She said, you know, when Mel Robbins made the statement, she said, when we are born, we are born into a world that we're not conscious of. And her take on death was that death is a birth into something we don't know. It's into a world that we're not conscious of. So we come into this world unconscious of the world that we're being born into. When we die, we are currently unconscious to the world that we will be going into, which as a person of faith is heaven. It's where God is. And I thought that was a really fascinating way to look at the complexity of heaven and what exactly an afterlife is and what that looks like, because we can't see it. We know as Christians, we know that it exists. God tells us so in the Bible, but we've not seen it with our eyes. We're unconscious of that world. We don't know it yet. Anyway, I just loved that. I thought it was a fascinating perspective. Yay! Well, this video has gone on long enough. Maybe I will just go ahead and edit this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your time and sharing your time with me. Really, that's what it is. It's an exchange of time, and it's a sharing of energy. And I thank you for that. And I hope you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening. And until the next video, bye.